With a record-breaking market value of $86.5 billion, the 2003 founded Tesla recently became known as the most valuable American automaker in history. People surely reacted, beating out established firms like Ford and GM by a good 10 to 20 billion. I was in awe. Unless you've been living under a rock, there's a good chance you've heard of Elon Musk, regarding the millionaires who have garnered media attention. With a net worth of over $29 billion, he is one of the most diverse billionaires in existence. He is among the richest persons in the world. But could he possibly be richer? Could he unseat Jeff Bezos as the richest person on Earth? Could he possibly go all the way to being the first trillionaire in history? Today, we'll examine Elon's potential for fortune. But first, let's examine his background. Join me as we travel back to South Africa, then to Canada, and finally to Pennsylvania. Then again, this guy has been everywhere. In South Africa at birth, Elon was destined to be a tech geek from the beginning. At the age of 12, while still in middle and high school, he taught himself how to code and sold his first piece of video game code. People who undoubtedly feel very terrible about it bullied him on a regular basis. Now, I have to say, this is a fellow nerd who received some shoves back in the day. The best kind of retaliation is success. He continued on to college in Canada and then in the US, where he paid his rent by converting his dorm room into a speakeasy and charged $5 in advance. Business people come in all shapes and sizes, don't they? He founded Zip2, a firm that was essentially an internet, with his brother after receiving a bachelor's degree in economics and physics. Before cell phones, all the companies were listed in yellow pages with a map. 1999, 4 years later, as a 28-year-old, Elon sold $22 million from the sale of Zip2 for $307 million. Not bad for $22 million, really. Many people his age would have bought a yacht and a home in the Hollywood Hills with the money, but Elon had far more business in mind. He put the money into X.com, an eventual success in internet banking. Elon's revenues from his little excursion were $180 million, according to PayPal. Now that we are aware of how Elon acquired all that capital to found the businesses he currently owns, we must ask how much those businesses are currently making him and how much they will eventually make. We are familiar with Tesla and have witnessed its clogged freeways. Elon's bizarre behavior while running the company has been witnessed, including blowing some rather memorable jokes. Having a market value of $86.5 billion is currently in action in Shanghai. Considering that Elon controls almost $38.6 million share in Tesla, it is obvious that the company is performing A-OK. Although it's safe to say that Elon Musk is working harder than A-OK, Tesla declared in 2018 that it won't be paying Elon a salary for the next 10 years until Tesla nearly doubles its worth. Elon would become richer if Tesla is able to achieve all 12 performance benchmarks and reaches a market value of $650 billion. His stake in the company would be worth $184 billion. Bezos owns only Tesla shares, yet $650 billion is a significant sum of money. Enough cash to pay each citizen in the US $1,000 and still have a few $1 billion left over. Is it possible for Tesla to earn that much money given the fact that its sales rose by 280% in 2018? And in the third quarter of 2019, their services and other revenue climbed by 68%. Although it appears like their steadily rising sales are moving in that direction, $184 billion in Tesla shares doesn't exactly make Elon a trillionaire. He has a couple more businesses that are dabbling in other endeavors using their little robot fingers. One of Elon's well-known companies is SpaceX. They put forth a lot of effort creating bizarre rocket engines, creating private spacecraft, and terrifying Los Angeles with their launches. Regular business matters, you know. Aerospace firms make some incredible money, with an estimated worth of $33.3 billion, as you might expect. SpaceX is no exception. The thing that truly succeeds to set them apart, though, is their vision for the future, which includes plans to colonize Mars, offer private space travel at reasonable prices, and restart American astronaut space flight. Despite the fact that they have a lot on their plate, their Starlink program is anticipated to be their main source of income. A satellite project called Starlink aims to offer affordable, high-speed internet to everyone in the world. The only two things you could possibly desire from the internet. But really, how much will it be worth? According to a recent Morgan Stanley research, after all 12,000 satellites are operational and supplying internet to nations and businesses, Starlink will increase SpaceX's worth to $120 billion within the next 2 years and bring in an additional $30 to $50 billion yearly. And the US government, simply from the delaying program alone, it's difficult to predict how much this company's market worth will increase. Elon stands to receive a sizable sum of money for his network since he owns 54% of SpaceX stock. All things considered, SpaceX is currently a private company. They might have a much higher market value if they ever went public, as Elon has said they intend to. We can therefore roughly estimate that there are $184 billion and $120 billion, which are worth an additional $30 to $50 billion each year. But if you're Elon, you can simply have a car company and an aeronautical firm, can you? That will be so monotonous. The company that excavates tunnels and sells flamethrowers marked as not a flamethrower for profit is called the Boring Company. Elon owns 90% of the equity, while SpaceX owns the remaining 6%. From Los Angeles to Seattle, the Boring Company intends to build an underground high-speed transit tube, and may only be accessed by Teslas and other electric cars. Even while it may not seem profitable, it is projected that the overall system makes $5 for every $1 invested. And given that Elon owns 90% of the shares, that is a sizable profit. Once the technology has been approved and put into service, solar, aerospace, and automobile transportation will not be possible. Additionally, Elon owns a majority stake in the brain-computer interface application Neuralink. There hasn't been much information released about the company's earnings, and they've kept their projects under wraps. But it appears that soon there will be some sci-fi movie content from that corporation. OpenAI, another Elon Musk founded business, and Neuralink are housed in the same building. The company wants to develop amiable, helpful AI. To put it another way, developing AI that won't cost a robot a pricing. In 2019, Microsoft made a $1 billion investment in OpenAI. It is safe to say that someone else believes that OpenAI will be profitable. That's all there is to it. Elon is the owner and operator of the company. What must this poor guy's email inbox look like on a daily basis? Although it's difficult to predict how much money Elon will make from these businesses, it appears that the $1 trillion mark isn't too far away. Who can predict what the research firms will do, or how much money he will actually make from the tunnel under the ground? Time will tell, but his bank account is unquestionably doing well. Will Elon become the first trillionaire in history, or will that honor go unclaimed? Please share your thoughts in the comment section below. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. This is Lux Lifestyle Travel Plus. We appreciate your time, and we will see you in our next video.